Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rep Melissa. I am Rep Melissa, and SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Yes, it does. So, welcome to today's show. I hope you are doing well. I am excited for many, many reasons. I think I'm in the holiday spirit, y'all. Can you tell? Yes, yes, yes. So we are wrapping up our wonderful series, Essentiate. 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 I hope I'm saying that right. Tell me, Deborah. Essentiate. So we're going to wrap it up today, and we're going to do our final roll call of 2025 today. So let's get into it. So, essentiate is an obsolete word, but I am digging it up and resurrecting it. Yes, I am. So, the origin of the word is to form the core being, the essence of something, and to become essential. And I shared yesterday that each and every one of us are essential. Yes? And so the invitation is to essentiate the essence of your being essential. Yes? We talked about being immersed, right? Immersion, which is like saturated, fully absorbed in, right? So immersion is about the state of being deeply engaged and involved. And I shared a couple of stories of that from Mark Nepo's wonderful book, The Fifth Season. And we also been sitting in some questions, right? So one of the questions that we kicked off the series with is, what are you essentiating as your life? What are you essentiating in your life? And you know what you're essentiating in your life by what you are immersed in. What are you immersed in? Will give you a clue as to what you are essentiating as and in your life. Yes? What are you immersed in being and doing? And that's really going to support us as we prepare for the new year. And so for me, I was writing this morning and I wrote down the question, what are you immersed in being and doing? What are you immersed in being and doing for 2026, right? In the new year. And one of the things that I wrote was that one of the things I wrote was that my new year started with my birthday, which was October 1st, right? And I feel the energy of that because it was preparing me for my hermit season, which I am fully in right now, y'all. And my hermit season is all about stillness, solitude, and silence. Yes? And so I have been leaning more fully into that during this hermit season, which is preparing me for my fifth season, which for me starts next year. Because part of the fifth season is about the coming together, the culmination of all of the seasons, right? All of the moons, if you will, coming into to prepare us for this fifth season of our lives. And yes, there's an element of age, but only as it relates to experience mainly, right? And so for me, turning 60 next year marks the fifth season. That's how I'm defining it for myself. You could define it in another way, it's all good, right? It's all good. So part of what Essentiate is preparing us for is the essence, right? What essence will you commit to immersing yourself in for 2026? What essence, right? Meaning your core state of being, the essence of who and whose you are, the truth of whose and who you are. What essence will you commit to immersing yourself in for 2026? And so we are deepening the quality by going into the essence. Yes? Yes. So, part of wrapping up this season, I am wrapping up a season because 2026, we're going to start a new season. Okay? So, to wrap up this season, we're going to wrap it up with Essentiate. We're going to wrap it up by planting the seeds for the essence that we're making a commitment to embodying, embracing, expressing more fully in 2026. So when we come back in January, we are willing, ready, and able to move forward in that frequency. Yes? So when we think about that, when we essentiate, when we make a commitment to essentiate, to immerse ourselves in, that is a practice. That is a practice. And y'all know how I feel about practice. Almost as good and wonderful and delicious as I feel about joy. Yes. And I say, and I've been saying for quite some time now, that practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. Yes? Yes. So we are practicing our essence, deepening our essence for all of 2026. So I want to share with you a couple of things from the 5th season by Mark Nepo. And this is in the chapter When Effort and Wonder Meet. When effort and wonder meet. I love that word, wonder. So he's talking about an interview that was done with a legendary pianist named Jean V. Taiboudet. I just killed his name, y'all. Let's just call him Jean. So it's a legendary pianist. I never heard of him. Apparently, he did an album called Conversations with Bill Evans in 1997. And one of the songs that really resonates with Mark Nepo from that album is Love Theme from Spartacus. So I have to check that out because I am totally unfamiliar with that. But this is what Jean said about his work. Let me find it, y'all. Let me find it. He said, I adore practicing. I adore practicing. And then Mark Nepo mentions the great cellist Pablo Casals. Does anyone know these people? Pablo Casals. And apparently Pablo Casals practiced 4 hours a day at the age of 94. He was a cellist and he practiced at the age of 94, 4 hours a day. And when he was asked why, he declared, because I think I'm making progress. Now, these people are legendary, right? Like at the top of their fields. And they both talk about practice. They both talk about practicing every day for hours a day. And Pablo said he practices because he thinks he's making progress. And what do I say? Practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. It's not about perfection, it's about practice. We could be so hard on ourselves attempting to do something perfectly. Perfection is not required, just practice. Because in the practice is the perfection, in the practice is the excellence, right? So when we practice embodying our essence, when we essentiate through our practice, guess what happens? Everything blossoms. Everything blossoms. Everything is in harmony. Even when it appears that it isn't, it is. And we know it more and more. When we start to wander off somewhere, we gather ourselves up more quickly. When we find ourselves out of sorts, we recognize it quicker and we take a pause, we take a breath, we recenter ourselves within ourselves, and we move forward more quickly. More quickly. It starts to just accelerate. Yes? Through practice. It's not magic, it's practice. He goes on to write, we have to adore the life of practice. We have to adore the intricacies of living, of loving, of listening, of giving, of receiving. We have to adore what is both new and old, both fresh and familiar. We have to meet the hard-earned truths of life as old friends we never tire of seeing, who, being so welcomed, help us live. We get to welcome all of that. We get to adore practice. And we get to practice all year long our essence that is already percolating. It may come through in a dream. You may see a sign. You may be in a conversation with somebody and it just drops right in. And you say, that's my essence for 2025. Yeah. You may know it already. And some of you already do because you shared it with me the other day. So we are going to do our final roll call for 2025. If you already know your essence, that you are choosing to commit and cultivate and be more fully for 2026, you could drop it in the comments and I will add you to our Essence 2026 list. All right, so let's get ready for our final quality roll call of 2025. Let's get some. All right. So here we go, y'all. Here we go. So when I say your name and your quality, I invite you to just affirm it like it's the most delicious meal you've had. Really invoke it, right? Give it energy. Affirm it aloud. You're with me? All right, here we go. Shay, gratitude, grace, and good and glory. Fee King, steadfast commitment, impactful, positive influence, epic excitement, and undeniable love. Sekou, prosperity and joy. Pamela, compassion and bliss. Patty, love and strength. Linda, joy, creativity, abundance, and radiant. Stacy, powerful grace. Mommy, joy. Wayne, harmony. Julian, change, breakthrough, power, and connectivity or connection. Julie, compassion, gratitude. Maria, fun and laughter. Jessica, confidence and harmonious. Stephanie, self love, joy, forgiveness, and non judgment. Cheryl, gratitude and prosperity. Sue, love. Deborah, authenticity. Kristen, self love and non judgmental. Imaja, love, creativity, joy, and authenticity. Melvina, joy and love. Bonnie, love, peace, prosperity, and bravery. Donna Marie, love, resilience, gratitude, and forgiveness. And mine were grace, prosperity, transcendence, and order. And my theme for 2025 was abide in 2025. Abide in 2025. I like creating themes for my years as well. So I'm still percolating what the theme will be for 2026. So there you have it, y'all. So the invitation for the rest of this month is to just be with that, to just like observe how your quality has unfolded and revealed itself through you this year. What have you learned, right? What lessons have you learned? How have you grown? What have you released? What have you forgiven? How are you being with yourself in a more gentle and kind way? So just take inventory, take assessment, evaluate, but from a place of love, not judgment, right? We're just leaning into it. All right. So I want to share what we have thus far, just to put their energy in the folks who already know what their essence is that they are committing to essentiating by immersing themselves in these qualities. And they can change, right? So we hold this lightly. Open hands, open heart. Shay, create, allow, receive. Fee, growth, creative. Deborah, co-creation. Linda, self-love. So mine are still percolating. It's not fully formed yet. And so I will be with that. I set bedtime intentions. I write about it. You know, one of the questions you can ask yourself is, what are you essentiating as your life? And see what bubbles up. See what bubbles up. All right, y'all. So I just want to move into joy news by saying thank you to everyone who has supported my ministry of joy. Thank you for showing up live. Many of you show up live almost every day. I so appreciate that energy and I appreciate that support. I am grateful for my ministry of joy, and I am grateful for your ministry to live life in joy, connected to your yes. Yes, yes, yes. So let's get into some joy news. So, as you know, or you may not know, but I'm going to let you know again, I will be on vacation starting now. So from December 15th through January 1st, I will have replays of SIP. It will be replays more than likely from 2020 and 2021. So you will still have your morning sip with Rev Melissa. We will return live with our special edition of SIP, our full moon meditation. And that will be on January 2nd. I think I have a graphic for that. January 2nd. Yes. January 2nd, 2026 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We do a full spiritual practice with the energy of the full moon. And the January's full moon is another super moon. So this is the fourth consecutive super moon that we've had. And so, when it's a super moon, the energy is super duper, and we get to release big stuff. So join me January 2nd, 8:30 p.m. for our first full moon meditation of 2026. Also next year, we will have our 30-day mental diet with Rev Melissa, my signature class that I've been doing for at least 5 or 6 years. So get the book now, 30-Day Mental Diet by Willis Kinnear. We start on January 13th. It is 6 weeks, Tuesdays from 7 to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. It is the invitation to start your new year with clarity, joy, and intentional living. We are focusing on shifting our perspectives, using love, raising our vibration of our thinking, honoring our feelings by feeling them, and devotion with our mind, body, and spirit, living fully alive rather than getting through the day. No more just going through the motions, y'all. So the cost is $79 before the end of the year, $99 in 2026, and $55 for my Rockland CSL members. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can go to bit.ly/joy 2026. And all of the information is there to register. So join me on the journey. It is one that has never been done before. Yes, I've done the 30-day mental diet journey, but this one is different because I'm adding a component to it that I've never added before. And I am excited. And the folks who are in this class will be the first to experience it. So join me, join me, join me. All right. So let's bring it closer to home. And I want to just share that at Rockland CSL this Sunday, our guest speaker is my prayer partner, Reverend Dr. Mignon Pollard. So she is our guest speaker. Our practitioner is Chris Ferrero, who is a dynamic guided meditator and prayer. She is a dynamic affirmative prayer. And our music inspiration is the amazing singer-songwriter Jesse Powers. So this is virtual this Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The message is loosening the layers. So December, we are in the theme of shedding our skin. And this Sunday, we get to loosen the layers. Yes? So join me. The Zoom link can be found at rocklandcsl.org. Click on Sunday service and the Zoom link is there. We also live stream on Facebook. All right. I think the last thing I want to say is, if Morning Sip with Rev Melissa has resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, if it has uplifted your spirits, if it has brought you closer to who you are, if it has encouraged you to create and commit to a spiritual practice, consider giving. Consider giving to my Ministry of Joy by giving to my spiritual center, Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, a New Thought Center based in Rockland County. You can go to rocklandcsl.org, click donate, and give what feels good. One of the things that we say at Rockland CSL is we give well at Rockland CSL. Yes, we do. So join us in the law of circulation and prosperity and abundance by blessing my ministry. I've been giving, y'all. I've been giving. Yes, I have. So let us practice the law of circulation by receiving and by giving. So the invitation is to give a donation. It doesn't matter what the amount is, it is the vibration in which it is given that matters. Go to rocklandcsl.org and give. And I thank you in advance for your givingness. So let me check in, and then I will say happy holidays. I love you all. 2026 is going to be the best year ever. Right, Sekou? Oh, thank you, Sekou. Thank you. Today, we're having our holiday lunch with my leadership council and my practitioner core. So I decided to get a little festive. Good day, Pamela. It's good to see you. Good day, Shay Love. It's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. Thank you for riding with me, for riding with me on this morning sip with Red Melissa, and for supporting my ministry of joy. Have a wonderful holiday. I may pop in with some lives over the holidays. We'll see. But my intention is to be still for some solace, silence, and solitude in the midst of the holiday activities. My sugars come home tonight, and they will be home for a month, and I am so excited for that. So it'll be wonderful to spend some time with my sugars, and God bless you all. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.